Hey guys, Voracious Prepper here. I'd like to do an EDC video for you guys. I love watching EDC content. I haven't watched some everyday carry videos in a while, but it's always nice to see what everybody's EDC loadouts are. I'm on some subreddits, and I'm typically on Reddit more when it pertains to like looking at EDC stuff. And some of the stuff people carry is absolutely insane, like beautiful custom knives. I absolutely love it. I wish I could afford it, but I kind of go for practicality and what I can afford, and I try to be a little bit more budget friendly, although some of the things I carry are a little bit on the pricey side, but not too terrible. Some of these items on this table I've had for a very long time. I've carried them for a very long time. I haven't had any problems. Until I do, probably won't replace it. With that being said, let's get on with the video, guys. I did a review on this blade not too long ago. It's an SE3. Absolutely love this blade. I carry it appendix carry. However, I don't really care for the sheath. It's like a cheap plastic injection molded sheath. It's got great retention, locks in fine. The belt clip's solid, but I don't know. I'm a Kydex guy. I want to get a Kydex sheath for it eventually. If you guys know any quality Kydex manufacturers out there, or even dudes that do their own custom work, please drop a link down below. I'll gladly check it out. I'm all eyes and ears. But I'm more of a Kydex guy. But I have seen far worse sheaths on fixed blade knives, so SE gives you a little something. Like, there is definitely way worse than this when it pertains to sheaths, especially the nylon type sheaths. I have been carrying this Kershaw Emerson. Kershaw and Emerson have done a few collabs. I want to say they have like 4 or 5 different blades out. They're all priced very well. Emerson blades are quite expensive, around $250 to $300, where these blades are around the $35 to $45 range. I think I paid $34 for this. There are some things I love about it. There are some things that I hate, but I'm using it as is out of box because I plan to do a review on it soon. But it's got a bit of side-to-side play. This scale here is already scratched severely all over the place. It's got some slight up and down play. The edge was fair out of the box, which I'm surprised because I've gotten a lot of Kershaw knives where the edge is like razor sharp. But you know, they gotta cut corners somewhere. One thing I absolutely love about this knife, I like the design, like how it looks, but mainly it's the patented Emerson wave feature. I'll show a video in the upper right hand corner how that works, how the knife deploys out of pocket. It's really sick, but yeah, I mean, great budget folder for sure. Gets the job done. My partner recently got me this flashlight. I absolutely love it. It's a ThruNite Archer Pro V2. It does not take external batteries. It's rechargeable. The batteries are built in. You unscrew the top here. It reveals a USB-C, which is nice because that's kind of becoming the main type of charging ports out there. However, make sure you do close this. You don't want to keep that ajar because I'm sure if you accidentally wash your flashlight, like I have a thousand times, it might short circuit it and it might not work. So I just got to make sure that that's closed. I'll show you the features it has real quick. If you click it once, it's got the moonlight mode. Double click, it goes to the ultra bright 950 lumens. And if you triple click it, it has that strobe effect. I find the strobes to be annoying. Some people say that it's like disorienting, and I guess I can agree, but I just find it more annoying. The only time I could truly see the strobe effect being useful is like in a survival situation and you're stuck in Nowhereville. Maybe if you shine it up at the sky when an airplane comes, they may come and save you. But don't really care for the strobe effect. I actually would have rather seen them put like an additional light mode, like low, medium, high, but that's kind of it. You just get the 2 modes, the moonlight mode, and then you get the ultra bright mode. So it works for what I use it for. Haven't had any issues yet. I'll probably do a review specifically on it long term after I've used it for a good while. Here I have a Fitbit Versa 2. I've had this for 3 years. It's honestly garbage. I paid too much for it at the time. The sensors are inaccurate. Maybe the pulse sensor that reads your heart rate is relatively accurate, but it's not the best. It tells time though, and I like that I can change the background. Maybe one day I'll buy a more expensive smartwatch, maybe a Samsung or something. But yeah, I don't utilize any of the features really on it anymore because it really became quite inaccurate, and accuracy I feel like is key if you're using it for health and fitness. I'm sure some of the newer models are way better, so maybe I'll check those out eventually. Here are the wireless earbuds that I use. I've had these for 5 years, paid like 50 bucks for them. They still work to this day. The only thing is that the internal battery within the chassis no longer works. However, the earbuds themselves still retain a charge, and I can easily get 4 or 5 hours of media out of these depending on how loud I have them. I haven't had a single issue with them. They work just fine, so I'm going to rock them. The model of these are WFX B700s. By now, they probably have far better cases, slimmer design and stuff. Highly doubt they make the same exact kind anymore, but I like them. They're Sony brand, and they were relatively affordable, so I'm going to keep using them until the earbuds themselves die. Here is the wallet that I use. I've had this for a good 10 years. It's made by Travax. I paid $22 to $25 for it. I think this is their minimalist design wallet. It's honestly pretty sick that it's held up so well, especially the finish. There's like a light scratch there. There's like a couple other very, very light superficial scratches, but whatever finish they placed on this, it's held up extremely well. You can put a couple bills on the top here and obviously your cards, and then you can adjust it to fit the ratio of whatever cards you add to it. It is RFID protected. I do plan on getting a new wallet eventually. I think I'm going to check out Travax, but I might go with one of those Ridge wallets or something. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, I've just had it for so long now that I want to try something a little different here eventually. I will probably replace this, just because I want something a little bit bigger that I could put more things in. This is the belt that I use. I've had this belt for 9 years. It's made by Click Belts, K-L-I-K. Paid $45-50 at the time when I bought it. It's a wonderful belt. It has held up extremely well. I have had zero problems with it. Actually was looking at getting a new belt eventually, and I want to get another one through them, but I went on their website. Like, they're over $100 now, guys. Like $115 for the one that I want, so I'm gonna have to save up for that. But if there's one gripe that I have about this belt, it's the actual latch here. When I used to weigh more, this dug into my abdomen severely. Like, honestly, it tried to become one with my abdomen. Like, it was ingraining itself in my abdomen bad. It left indentations, and after a couple of hours, it got very sore. But now that I've lost a good bit of weight, that's no longer an issue. But I thought I would address that with some of you bigger guys out there. You may want to avoid it. Maybe they've resolved the way they designed it. I don't know. I just browsed their website briefly. But other than that, you want a solid belt, man. You need a solid belt, especially when you're carrying a lot of weight, like a knife, a gun, some mags, so on and so forth. But yeah, Click Belts, check them out. They're awesome. And then last but not least, the firearm. I carry a Smith & Wesson Shield Plus. I've carried this for a little over a month now. I love everything about it. It feels very comfortable. I carry an appendix carry. There is one tiny gripe that I have that I'll get to here eventually. They use an Armor Knight finish on it. It's very solid finish. First and foremost, safety check, sorry. Absolutely nothing in the chamber, just so you know. It is clear. But it's got an Armor Knight finish on it. Very solid finish. I ended up going with the Hollow Sun 407K, paid like $240 for it. Got it zeroed in, and boy, does it improve my aim. Like, I didn't want to use an optic for the longest time because I didn't want to deal with the batteries and everything. And some of the optics that I were looking at were like chintzy and cheap, and everybody was like, the cheapest you should ever go is a Hollow Sun. But I'm like, man, they're still over $200 for these things. The ones I were looking at, like the Romeo Zero, only costed $100 and stuff, but people were saying just spend a little bit more. So that's what I did. I had to get a DPI titanium plate, which I picked up on Amazon. Basically, it just essentially, it allows the footprint of this optic to fit on this pistol. Most pistols that you get are optic ready now, and I recommend an optic. I really do. You have to practice with them though. Mainly your presentation. When you pull the gun out of your holster and you aim, sometimes you can find yourself chasing the dot, which can be annoying. So you really have to religiously practice so you can be right on the dot. It takes some practice. I've been practicing steadily with it. I wanted to get it without the safety, but I ended up getting it with the safety. It's not a big deal. It's just what they had in stock. Most of my guns don't have a manual safety, so honestly I keep it off when I carry it. It's striker fired, which is kind of obvious given the design of it. It's got a flat face trigger. I do want to show you this trigger though. It's got a very nice take up. Very minimal take up. You hit your wall, break, and it's got a very nice break. I love that little thing that like protrudes out so it stops the trigger from traveling too far back. However, the reset is terrible. Did you hear that? I'll do it again. Listen very closely. The reset is just, it's not very tactile. Physically, like feeling it, or audibly. I wish the tactile response was just a little bit more on the trigger, but it's not a make it or break it. But yeah, it's just something that I noticed. But man, with that optic, it's insane how well I was shooting with this. I'll include a short little video too of me shooting it. The grip is absolutely amazing. It's like pure sandpaper. It's the best grip I've ever felt on a stock pistol, honestly, ever. Very aggressive. It's not gonna slip at all. But yeah, I love it. Cold forged hammer barrel. And like I said, it's got that armor night. It used to be a melanite finish, I believe, but they upgraded to an armor night or something. I don't know the difference, but we'll see in a couple years how it wears. It comes with a 10-round magazine, and it comes with a 13-round magazine. I always carry the 10-round flush, and then I don't really carry the 13. I ended up just buying a 15-round mag, and that's what I carry as my spare. Would I recommend this gun? 1000%. I honestly, I was looking for a new EDC gun for like hours, literal freaking hours, and there were so many I was looking at. There was like the Glock 43X or something, or the Glock 43, and then I was looking at one of the Canic pistols, like the TP9s or something, or the, I can't remember the precise model, but I'm so glad I chose this over the others. Like, I wanted to get a Glock 19, I really did, but they're so common now. Not that these aren't, but it's just, I don't know. I wanted the one with the optic mount, the Glock 19. It was running like well over $600. This was under $5, guys. $5 for an optic cutout, and I absolutely love it. I shoot amazingly well with it. Absolutely recommend this firearm. Anyways, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy your day, and I hope you like my EDC loadout. Drop a comment below what firearms you're carrying and what you like. I plan to rotate this out. I don't know what my next gun will be. Maybe I'll go with the Hellcat Pro. I also been looking at the Sig Sauer P365 XLs. Those look pretty sick. But for $500 and under, you cannot beat this gun, guys. I am telling you, it is the real deal. Alright guys, take care. I hope you enjoyed.